Hi folks, myself Dr. S. Saravanasundaram, Professor and Head, Department of Biomedical Engineering, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to discuss about design of synchronous counter from the subject digital electronics. Counter is a register capable of counting the number of clock pulses arriving at its clock input. Counter is made up of by flip-flop and flip-flop input is applied according to the flip-flop input and clock input, the counter counting the input clock pulses. We have two types of counter, synchronous counter, asynchronous counter. In asynchronous counter, one flip-flop output will be applied as a clock pulse to the second flip-flop. In synchronous counter, simultaneous clock pulse is applied to all the flip-flops. So this is the main difference between synchronous counter and asynchronous counter. Before discussing about operation of synchronous counter and asynchronous counter, we have to discuss about latches and flip-flop. Latch also flip-flop but without clock pulse. That's all. Whenever input is varied, output will be varied. In the case of latch, for example, SR latch means 00 input, output no change. When 01 is applied, immediately output goes to 0. So output is varied immediately after varying input. This is called latch. But in the case of flip-flop, even if you change the input, output will not be varied until clock pulse is applied. So it has to wait for clock pulse output. Then only output will be changed according to the input. This applying clock pulse is called triggering. We have two types of triggering: positive edge triggering, negative edge triggering. Positive edge triggering means output will be changed according to the input during positive going pulse of clock pulse. Positive going pulse nothing but rising edge in the case of clock pulse. Here in this PPT I have mentioned rising edge and falling edge. Rising edge means positive going pulse, falling edge nothing but negative going pulse. So once again, positive edge triggering means the flip-flop output is changed according to the input during positive going pulse of clock pulse is called positive edge triggering. It is mentioned by triangle in logical representation. Next, flip-flop output is changed according to the input during negative going pulse of clock pulse is called negative edge triggering. It is mentioned with triangular with bubble in the logical representation. So this is the important explanation about triggering of flip-flop. Now I am going to explain operating principle of 2-bit asynchronous counter. 2-bit, so we have connected two flip-flops. Suppose 3-bit means we have to connect 3 flip-flops. Here in these two flip-flops, clock pulse is applied to the first flip-flop only. Then second flip-flop, first flip-flop output is connected as a clock pulse to the second flip-flop. From the logical circuit, clearly indicates clock pulse is applied to the first flip-flop. In second flip-flop, first flip-flop output is connected as a clock pulse. So in first flip-flop, JK input is connected to high level. Second flip-flop, JK input is connected to high level. Then output is Q0, Q1. This is the information regarding logical circuit. Now I am going to explain the operation. Whenever clock pulse is applied, now they have considered negative going pulse. In this circuit, they have considered negative going pulse, negative edge triggering. So when clock pulse is applied, first flip-flop output is changed during negative going pulse of clock pulse according to the input. So now analyze first negative going pulse in clock pulse. First negative going pulse of clock pulse. At the time, assume Q not equal to 0. Initially assume Q not equal to 0. So when clock pulse is applied during first negative going pulse, input of flip-flop 1 1. In the case of JK flip-flop, 1 1 input is applied, output is toggle. So if you assume 0, that becomes 1. that clearly indicates Q naught timing diagram. Now listen Q naught timing diagram. So output is during first negative going pulse, output is changed from 0 to 1. This is flip-flop 1 output. When flip-flop 2 changes its output, flip-flop 2, first flip-flop output is connected as clock pulse to the second flip-flop. So what will happen during negative going pulse of first flip-flop output, second flip-flop changes its state. This is the important information you have to keep in mind. During negative going pulse of first flip-flop output, second flip-flop changes its state. So that is clearly indicates in Q1 timing diagram. Now see. So now analyze the value stage by stage. First stage, that means first negative going pulse. Second negative going pulse is second stage. Third negative going pulse is third stage. Fourth negative going pulse is fourth stage. So if you analyze stage by stage, 0 0, first stage value 0 0, second stage value 0 1, third stage value 1 0, fourth stage value 1 1. So now counter counting in up sequence 0 1 2 3. Again if you analyze fifth stage, that will be 0 0, counter reset, then cycle will be continued. This is operation of 2-bit asynchronous counter. Now I am going to explain 2-bit synchronous counter. Here simultaneous clock pulse is applied. This is the main difference between synchronous counter and asynchronous counter. Simultaneous clock pulse is applied, then flip-flop input is connected to the high level in flip-flop 1. Then flip-flop 2, flip-flop 1 output is connected as an input to the flip-flop 2. So I am going to explain, listen. Whenever clock pulse is applied, now they have considered positive going pulse, positive edge triggering. So whenever clock pulse is applied, first flip-flop it connected to 1 1, JK flip-flop value, JK value 1 1. When 1 1 input is applied, output toggle, we have assumed initial state 0. So immediately Q naught becomes 1 from 0. During first positive going pulse of clock pulse, Q naught changed its state from 0 to 1. It is okay. Now second flip-flop, if you consider second flip-flop, first flip-flop output is connected as an input and also simultaneous clock pulse. So whenever clock pulse is applied during first positive going pulse, the value of input nothing but what is the previous value stored in the first flip-flop. It is important information. When applying first positive going pulse of clock pulse, the second flip-flop input is nothing but the previous value stored in the first flip-flop. So previous value stored in the first flip-flop 0, already you know. So 0 0 input is applied to the JK value, output no change. So if you analyze Q1 timing diagram, the same state will be maintained until second positive going pulse. Until second positive going pulse. When second clock pulse is applied, first flip-flop always toggle because it is connected to high level. JK flip-flop input connected to high level. So always it is toggle. 1 to 0, 0 to 1, it is going on like that. But Q1 first flip-flop output is connected as an input. So when applying second positive going pulse, flip-flop input of second flip-flop, previous value stored in the first flip-flop, previous value nothing but 1. When applying second positive going pulse, previous value stored in the first flip-flop is 1. So when 1 1 input is applied, output is toggle. That's why at the time of second positive going pulse, the flip-flop 2 output is changed from 0 to 1. So this is operation of synchronous counter. If you analyze stage by stage, first stage, second stage, you can clearly indicate first stage value 0 0, second stage value 0 1, third stage 1 0, fourth stage 1 1. If you analyze fifth stage, that will be 0 0. So counter counting in the up sequence, synchronous counter. Now we are going to discuss about synchronous counter design. In design, first step, we have to determine number of flip-flops required by using the formula 2 power n greater than equal to n. Then build state transition diagram, then excitation table, then simplify expression by using K-map, then finally develop logic circuit. If you want, you can develop timing diagram also. Now design synchronous modulus 5 counter using JK flip-flop. This is given problem. Step 1, calculate how many flip-flops required. 2 power n greater than or equal to n. Now capital N equal to 5. You have to assign value from 1 to 3 for small n. When assigning value, that condition must be satisfied. Then you can determine small n value. Accordingly, small n value becomes 3. That means we need 3 flip-flops to design this modulus 5 counter. Modulus 5 counter means when applying fifth clock pulse, the counter becomes reset. This is called modulus 5 counter. Then we are using JK flip-flop. Now for your simplicity, I have given excitation table of JK flip-flop here. Next, I have developed state table. Present state, 3 variable present state. Why means we are using 3 flip-flops, so consider 3 variable present state. 3 variable present state means 0 to 7. Then next state, in the counter counting up sequence, so when applying first clock pulse, if it is 0, then it becomes 1. So in next state, I have given binary value of 1, 0 0 1. Then when applying second clock pulse, 1 2 becomes 2. So I have given 0 1 0 in next state. Similarly, third clock pulse 3, then fourth clock pulse 4, fifth clock pulse 0, reset. You can analyze triple 0 is there. When applying sixth clock pulse, next state is don't care. Then 110 don't care, 111 don't care. This is development of present state and next state. Now flip-flop input. We are using JK flip-flop. Already we have determined 3 flip-flops required. So now if you have to determine flip-flop input. How you can determine flip-flop input? Very simple method. Compare present state QC and next state QC plus 1. Compare only QC and QC plus 1, then both value, first value 0 0. Now from the excitation table of JK flip-flop, identify flip-flop input for the value of 0 0. Similarly, next level 0 0, third level 0 0, fourth level 0 1, QC 0, QC plus 1 1. So 0 1, present state 0, next state 1. For the value of 0 1, identify flip-flop input from the excitation table of JK flip-flop. Similarly, you can determine flip-flop input. For example, to determine the value of JB KB, you have to compare QB and QB plus 1. To find the value of JA KA, you have to compare QA and QA plus 1. After comparing present state and next state, identify flip-flop input from the excitation table of JK flip-flop. After developing state table, you can go for K-map. Now we have 3 variable present state. So consider 3 variable K-map by considering JC as an output. JC as an output means you have to enter the value of JC in cell. This is the meaning of JC as an output. So consider 3 variable K-map. JC value must be entered in the corresponding cell. After entering grouping, then you can obtain some expression. Similarly, develop 3 variable K-map for KC, then JB, KB, JA, KA. You have to develop 6 3 variable K-map, then obtain expression after grouping. Then finally, this is logic circuit of modulus 5 counter. Here we have used 3 flip-flops, JK flip-flop, and normal output of first flip-flop QA, inverted output of first flip-flop QA bar. Similarly, second flip-flop QB bar, third flip-flop QC bar. Then simultaneous clock pulse is applied, synchronous counter. Next, flip-flop input must be given as per K-map expression. This is very important. For example, from the K-map, JA value equal to QC bar. So now JA is connected to the inverted output of third flip-flop. This is nothing but QC bar. Similarly, JB value QA. So QA, first normal output of first flip-flop, is connected to JB. Then JC value is connected by using AND gate. So you have to give the corresponding input of each flip-flop from the expression of K-map. Then you can develop logic circuit. If similarly you can develop synchronous modulus 6 counter. That means when applying 6th clock pulse, the counter becomes reset. And also you can develop modulus 10 counter. It is also called synchronous decade counter. Modulus 10 counter means you need 4 flip-flops. If you want, you can assume SR flip-flop also. So I hope you have understood about counter design. Thank you.